guys, I already think I'm coming to the end of my memory card because every 2 minutes as I'm trying to film this, it like cuts off, which is generally what it does. So if this is really disjointed, that's why. But today I'm gonna do another Currently Loving. I have just filmed an empties, but I think I'm gonna put this one up first because the whole point of the Currently Loving for me is that it's right now. So I am filming this on Tuesday and it should go up on Tuesday because that's what I wanna do. I don't wanna be filming something like this and then putting it up in 2 weeks time because it won't necessarily be what I'm currently loving right now, if you're with me. I want it to be really in the moment. This is what I want to talk to you about today. And in 2 weeks I have a whole new bunch of products that I might want to talk about. So yeah, that's kind of how we're gonna move forward with this little series. I know it's not for everyone. Some people will probably miss the favorites, but I think this is gonna be a little bit more real, as they say. So I'm just gonna get in with the first product, and this was what inspired today's video. This is so nice. It is the, what's it called? Smoothie Star? Soap and Glory, oat, sugar and shea. Oh no, it's called Breakfast Scrub. I knew that. I was just, Breakfast Scrub. It smells so good. I put this in my best and worst, or just best of, I think it was, Soap and Glory video a few months ago. And I'd only used it once then, and I used it and we didn't have a nice shower at the time, so it was really quick and whatever. And I don't know what it was, but I really liked the smell, but I didn't really desperately love it like I do now. Now I cannot get enough of it. It's amazing. Just the smell, really. It's just the smell. It smells so good. It smells just like maple syrup. It's so good. But it's also really gritty. There's not a tremendous amount binding it together, so it's quite easy for you to use it and it just fall off because it doesn't stick to your skin. I would recommend, if you want to get the most from it, getting in the shower, just moistening your skin, turning the shower off, then using it, so it'll stick a little bit better to your skin. It's not too harsh. You're not going to end up with it all over the floor because it does say use it dry on your skin, but I find it just kind of flakes off my skin. It's quite difficult to spread. So moisten your skin first, then scrub it all on, then get back in the shower. So soft. It leaves a tiny residue, but not enough to feel like, oh, it's greasy, and not enough either to affect you shaving your legs, because I hate shaving my legs with oil or anything greasy at all. I got a Lush shaving balm, I think it's called Prince or something Prince, and I hate that because it's so thick and like it just gets, you have to constantly be trying to clean the razor, and if you're maybe if you're shaving your face it's not that bad, but if you're shaving your legs it's gonna take forever. So it's not gonna affect that. It's just, if you haven't tried it yet, I feel like I was the last person in the world to try it because people raved about this years ago on YouTube and I just love it so much. Oh, also, I changed my hair. If you don't follow my vlogs, why don't you follow now? You should follow my vlogs because they're super interesting, obviously. It's just me at home talking about not filming videos. But you should follow my vlogs, go and check it out. I literally, last week was actually a half decent vlog because I did stuff. I actually went out and did stuff. So last week's might be a good vlog for you to see. And then this week could be quite interesting as well. Maybe go and subscribe and then you'll find out. But yeah, if you follow my vlogs, you will have seen this. I don't love it. It's not my favourite. It's much darker than I wanted. I will do another hair damage diary because I wanted to give it a good amount of time though. I feel like I've only just filmed one. I want to give it like a month or a couple of months between those kinds of videos to tell you some kind of progress, because otherwise I'm just like, this is the shampoo I'm using this week. Which is kind of what these videos are for. But yeah, it's really dark in the roots, which is fine, but it's too much of it. On this side especially. This side is not quite as bad. I don't know. I've used a thickening spray today, which I'll talk about in a second, but I like the cut. I had it cut before I had it coloured, and yeah, I don't know, it's fading. I've washed it a couple of times since I've had it dyed, so it is fading, but I'm definitely going to go back for some blonde in the not too distant future. It's just darker than I wanted it, so there you go. The thickening spray that I used, I have this just to talk about. It's not necessarily a Currently Loving because I literally just used it today, but it's the Nanogen Root Boost Hair Thickening Spray. I will show you how it works because it says to use it on damp hair, or you can use it on dry hair, which I've obviously done today, but it does say that it's heat activated, so I don't think I've used it to the best of its ability. It also says it's got keratin in it. Keratin and soothing niacinamide, I don't know, to help care for your scalp, which is good because I want the whole roots of my hair thing to just grow because of this like awkward breakage that I've got going on here. But the idea is that you spray it right into the roots and then it's going to be super wet now. It is a tiny, tiny bit sticky, but it's not like those powders. I mean, because of the damage that I've got on this side, I'm trying to build volume in my hair. I am almost tempted to go back to using those powders for volume, which I hated in theory because they were so sticky and uncomfortable and you couldn't run your fingers through your hair, but they worked really well. I think this is slightly nicer than those powders. It is still builds quite a lot of volume. I mean, I can like, you can have as much volume as you want. I'm not going to leave it like that. But it really does make your hair quite pliable and you can work with it quite well. But right now I'm kind of going for that Meg Ryan in the 90s. Mad scientist, Meg Ryan. That shag kind of look. Only my dark roots make me look like my hair is greasy all the time, which I hate. It's not great. So moving on. I have a foundation that I've been really enjoying, and this is a bit of a spoiler because I am definitely going to do a review of this and the waterproof, but the Studio Waterweight Foundation from MAC. Not a foundation brand, or not a brand I would normally be raving about foundation. I've only tried 2 MAC foundations in the past and I didn't like either of them. And really until last year, I would have told you Revlon Colour Stay was my all-time favourite foundation. I didn't see the point in spending a lot of money. People were raving about the Chanel one, which I'm still not super interested in. I'm not going to go as far as that. It's too expensive for a foundation for me. But I really like this one. Now I am going to pit it against some drugstore ones. I think it's very similar in texture to, it's not quite the same. I was going to say it's similar in texture to the Nearly Naked from Revlon, but it's not quite. It really is weightless. It feels like just a regular serum because it is a serum foundation, but it just feels like you're putting a serum on your skin. Not a tremendous amount of coverage, but it is buildable, but you just can't feel it. And I love it. And it wears pretty well. I have already taken some pictures and I am going to be reviewing that one versus the waterproof one. And I just, for right now, spoiler alert, I think they're kind of the same. Coverage is similar. They behave in a similar way. They both, like the oil breaks through them at the same rate, and I feel like they both last around the same amount of time, but this one is completely weightless and it just doesn't feel like you have foundation on your skin. I love this one so much. So if you were thinking about maybe trying one of them, or you were just thinking about maybe branching out, you were looking for a foundation that didn't feel very heavy, but you were looking for something that was slightly higher end, I really recommend this. I'm loving this so far. What else do I have? Oh, the nail polish that I'm wearing, the Avon. Oh, we've got a nice little bit of glowy light there. Oh, so thoughtful of the sun, or maybe just the cloud to get out of the way. Avon Magic Effects Liquid Sequin, and the colour is Dazzle. This reminds me a lot of Razzle Dazzle from Deborah Lippmann. And we're back. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of that. This was like a big deal in the glossy box. Oh gosh, what year was it? I want to say it was like 2012. The Christmas glossy box. I think it was 2012. Everyone got Deborah Lippmann Razzle Dazzle and it was like, oh my god, Christmas in a bottle. And this is just the same stuff. That actually glooped up and went really dry. I only had a small bottle of it. I used it a lot, but it did. And I had another one from Essie. I forget the name of that one, but it was very similar. And this one's even cheaper still. And I really like it. The difference is you can't tell on my nails right now because they're far away, and also because I put it over the top of a different nail polish today. But the base of this is actually purple. So it looks quite red and it's got the glitter suspended. I'll do a little zoom for you. Here we go. It's got the glitter suspended in it. Is that focus? That's focus, isn't it? And everything looks quite like orangey and red, but the actual dark parts that you can see is a translucent purple nail polish. So it makes it ever so slightly different. I mean, you can see my nails there. I love it so much. I think it's so cool for this season and just Christmas in general. Don't give me a hard time about saying Christmas because it is nearly Christmas. Grinch. The nail polish. No. The lipstick I'm wearing today is the Revlon Lip Butter in Pink Truffle. Rediscovering some old favourites. I was actually going through my lipsticks because I watched a video. I never can remember when someone's username's got numbers in it. Not a chance of me remembering what it's called, but I think her username is Mallory1712. something like that. And I will try my hardest to remember. If I don't remember, please someone tell me and I will link it below. But it's Mallory. I think if you Google Mallory or like search Mallory on YouTube, it's one of the first things that come up, and it's like 172 something. I love her videos. You should definitely go and watch them. They are awesome. So she's one of my currently loving. Really love her videos. And she did a video recently that was like top 10 all-time favorite lipsticks. So I kind of thought, I don't think I've ever made that video. So I'm going through my lipsticks and trying to pick 10. It's really difficult. I think I've narrowed it down to 12 right now. I'm hating my hair in the viewfinder. It just, you know, like from there, it just looks like it's really short, and that just blends into the background. So I've narrowed it down to about 12, I think. And I just have to take away 2, which is really difficult. But this was one of the ones that when I was looking, because this is like all-time favorites, not necessarily favorites right now, but of all time. The lipsticks that I have just continued to go back to time and time again, even if it's not been in the last 6 months, just like, when I say all-time, I'm like all-time YouTube, so like 5.5 years. And this was one of my all-time favorites for sure. Pink Truffle is just, I love it so much. If it was matte, it'd have me. The lip butters really lost me when I discovered that I love matte lipsticks so much. And that's when they kind of lost me, but it's super opaque. I just love it. I love the colour so much. Am I super zoomed out now? I think that I am. I don't remember how zoomed out I was before, but I feel really far away from the camera. Next, I have some more lipsticks. These arrived this week, and I have already blogged about them. I've done swatches of them all on my blog, so I will link that below. I've been really fair weather with my blog recently. I've fallen totally back in love with YouTube. Beginning of this year, some of you may remember I made a video. It wasn't specifically about this, but I mentioned in the video that I was gonna take a step back. I wasn't gonna be posting as regularly. I used to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, every single week on this channel. I tried to do Tuesday, Thursday on my vlog channel, and then I blogged every single day. And once upon a time, that was alongside a full-time job. And it just became work, and it is work for me now. This is my main source of income, so yeah, okay, it is work. But when you've got a job that you love, you want to continue to love it. And I was just totally disillusioned with the whole thing, and I just didn't love it anymore. It felt like a chore, and I feel like this is the kind of job that if you don't love doing it anymore, it shows. And it's important that you really enjoy it, because the reason that people want to watch people on YouTube talking about whatever it is, because there are so many things that people make videos about, is because they're really passionate about it, and they want to talk about it. And if you lose that, then you lose that spark and you lose that passion, and nobody wants to watch someone just monotone talking about something just because they feel like they have to make a video. Nobody wants that. And so I took a step back, and I was just a lot more relaxed about the whole thing, and videos was what won out, really. I love sitting down and talking. I know not everyone likes my rambles. I'm long and I just talk too long, and I get a lot of, you talk too much. I know, but I'm kind of cool with that. They're the videos I want to make. They're the videos I want to watch. And so if people don't like that, then they won't watch. I get it. I totally get that. You can't appeal to everybody. Well, you can, but that's another video. I won't appeal to everybody. I understand it's very Marmite, someone like me. But where was I going with this? My blog. Yeah, but my blog just kind of fell by the wayside, and I didn't feel the passion. I didn't feel like, oh, I really want to take pictures of these lipsticks and write about them, because I need a bit more quiet time, and I am a very, what is this kind of person? Kinetic. You know when you do like personality tests, I'm a doing person, and I want to just be like talking with my hands all the time, and not really quietly sitting and typing something up. Much as I love my blog and I love taking the pictures and stuff, it's the actual time that it takes to sit down and think about what I'm going to say, which obviously I never do when I make a video. And you can't really write in the stream of consciousness, or you look like an idiot. I do occasionally, but it would just seem like there would be a lot of likes written into it. So it takes me more time to write my blog than it does actually to sit down and talk on YouTube, and I just find it's more me. So I am getting back into my blog a little bit. You will notice, those of you that actually followed it, but it's definitely fallen a little bit behind. And now I have this time. By the way, I'm in this house by myself, and it's 2:05. Do you know why? Because Milo went to nursery, and he went fine. I was so nervous about it. Anyone that's got children will know, taking them, sending them off to school, sending them off to nursery, and it is like a school nursery. He's got school uniform and everything. Check out my blogs on my vlogs for that. it's all on the vlog channel, first day of school. Yeah, it was really, really tough and really, really scary to think that he was going to go, but he's made it so, so easy for me. And it's only 3 hours a day, so I come back, I make some videos, in theory, or blog or whatever else, and that's definitely given me a little bit more time. So this is the first week that I've been able to do that. This is the first video that will go up on my channel that is like a Milo's gone to nursery video. So you might find that the regularity of me posting goes back up again and that I'm back on my blog, but I did kind of say that in the video, that I was taking a step back. Oh, the light's back. Oh, that's nice. I was taking a step back because it was my last year at home with Milo. And you know, he's not going anywhere, but we had our days together and it's gone. And now he's gone to nursery, that has changed. And so I've got a bit more time to myself, and I feel like if I don't dedicate it to this, I will just sit around watching Vampire Diaries all day. So I'll probably try to be more productive with those 3 hours. Man, this is a rambly video. So as I was saying, lipsticks. I've already swatched all of these. They are the matte, I think they're called Creamy Matte from Maybelline. I will just swatch, I'll swatch my favorite one. Ah, I've lost one actually, I don't know where it's gone. This is called Divine Wine. I'm gonna totally regret swatching this immediately because it's gonna go everywhere, but Divine Wine. Ah, I love it, I love it, I love it. It looked really brown when I first put it on me yesterday. I'll just swatch a few more. This one's called Magnetic Magenta. Oh, it's just, they're so pow. I love that. I honestly think that I could do like a YouTube or a blog just about lipsticks. I think I'd be cool with that. Then we've got, I think this is Coral something. Craving Coral. Carl. Just reminds me of how Americans say Carl. Craving Carl. How amazing are they? If you are a matte lipstick lover, you need to check these out. So creamy. They are a lot like the Revlon matte balms in texture, but slightly creamier, slightly less dry. And some of them haven't quite got that punch when it comes to like the paler colours. I've lost a red. I don't know where it's gone, but it's swatched on my blog, so check that out. You can just see my super dark roots right now. I'll be editing this like, damn you dark roots. There is a nude and a pink. They're still really nice, but when you put them on your lips, they are not quite as pigmented as the top. I just love them so much. I was so happy to get those because I knew that they'd been out a while in the States, and then the fact that we've got them here, it's taken forever, but we have. I think that in America they've got like 20 shades and we've only got these 6, so, or there are 6. I'm missing one. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I found it, I found it. Okay, let's complete the collection. I know I haven't told you all the names, but you know, that's a ploy, so you'll go and read my blog post. That is everything, I think. Oh no, it's not. I found 3 extra things. So, that wasn't everything. One of the things that I wanted to talk about apparently was the Lorac Pro Palette. I have tried the one from Makeup Revolution. I like it. I blogged about it, and I blogged about this, but separately. I will have to swatch them side by side. I think colour-wise they probably got it dead on, but these are amazingly creamy and blendable. I'm someone who generally, I don't like to spend a lot of money on eyeshadows, but Urban Decay has it for me in the world of eyeshadows. I can't tell you that anything's as good as Urban Decay. Even the Makeup Revolution one, that is a dupe for the Urban Decay Naked 3. I actually ended up getting rid of my Naked 3. I think I sold it in a blog sale or something, because I had the Makeup Revolution one and it was just as good for me. It wasn't just as good. The colours were just as good. Swatching it side by side were just as good. It was just as good as I needed it to be, given that I wasn't going to wear it all the time. It's never going to be as good. It's close enough. And that kind of leads me to the next thing from Makeup Revolution. Someone kind of told me off recently in a video, in a comment, and it was entirely just their comment. I entirely understood where they were coming from. I talk about Makeup Revolution Radiance palette a lot, and I compare it to the Hourglass palette. I have both, and I only have the Hourglass palette. This is where this comes in, because it was gifted to me for my birthday this year. 3 of my friends got together and they bought me the Hourglass palette knowing that I had said I would never purchase it because it was too expensive. But the only reason I would never purchase it was because it was just silly money for what it was. And when they gave it to me, they said, I hope that that was the only reason you weren't going to buy it. I hope that you did actually want it, but that you weren't, that was the only reason. Because I had said multiple times, and one of my friends had the actual Hourglass palette. So we'd had the conversation about it. I just said it's just silly money, and I stand by that. It is. It's a gorgeous product. It's amazing. I absolutely love it, and I do use it, but I use it as a frame of reference. I always tell you that it was gifted to me because I wouldn't spend that money on something like that. I would as a gift, totally different situation. I wouldn't buy that for myself, and I completely appreciate that it was bought for me. And my friends know, you know, my friends are also bloggers. They bought it for me knowing I was going to review it. They wouldn't be in any way hurt by the fact that I said it's not worth the money, because that's why they bought it for me, because they already knew I knew it wasn't worth the money. They already knew that's what I thought, but it was lovely to have, and I love the product. So just, you know, to clarify, just to clear that up. But what I was saying is this one from Makeup Revolution, although it's not as good, it's still so much better than you would think, given that it's £40 less. And I use this one. I probably use this one more than the Hourglass. I tend to use the Hourglass one if I'm going somewhere, as in like to put in my bag, because it's really gorgeous for touch-ups and it's very, very small. And I will keep it, I'll save it. I don't want to use it too much because it was very expensive. But this is really, really good. So I genuinely cannot recommend the Hourglass one, because I think this is almost, it's a biscuit away. It's almost as good. And it's £40 plus less. So that's where I was coming from with that. I use this all the time. I think it's amazing. The bronze I use less. These 2 shades I used a lot. This one I think is called, oh no, I don't know. It hasn't got a name on it. The one on the end, which is like dim. I use this all the time, just here. In fact, that's the only one I've used today. I just think they're such amazing products for the money, but I do absolutely appreciate the money that my friends spent on me for the Hourglass palette. I hope that you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from. I think the commenter said something like, I shouldn't have said anything because it was gifted to me, but that does kind of fall under the category of, if a brand sends me something, I shouldn't tell you that I don't like it because that's ungrateful. But that is the whole premise of blogging to me, is to be completely honest, regardless of where you got it from, regardless of where you paid for it or not. I'm telling you, if I had paid for it, if I'd bought both palettes, I would have felt robbed that I'd spent 50 some pounds on the Hourglass one. And I understand that I was gifted it, I understand that I need to be grateful, but I'm telling you that as someone who wants to recommend products that I think are worth your money. So just, you know, man, have we talked for like 20 minutes about that? But I did kind of feel like I had to mention it because she felt very passionately about it, and I totally understand where she was coming from, but just understand that I'm not like being a total biatch to my friends when I tell you that it's not worth the money. Lastly is this blush palette from Freedom. I've actually made a video about the blush palettes very, very recently. It's not gone up yet, and I was on the fence about whether this was my favourite one or a different one. I think the other one's called Bronze and Baked, and this is called Peach and Baked. I'll try and like, because this is all like, you know, oh, there you are, there. Hello, picture in a picture in a picture. Peach and Baked has fast become my favourite in the last week. It is 6 matte shades with 2 baked shades in between. The other ones are all different. I think there's a pink version of this Pink and Baked, and then the Bronze and Baked has got 2 bronzes in between, and it's all baked shadows down the sides. They are just so beautiful. I can't tell you offhand how much they are. I think around £8. The shade I have on today is this one, which is just really neutral. When you see the palette, it looks really colourful, but there's a lot of neutral shades in here. And I think the one that I wore yesterday was this one, which is really quite peachy. Just gorgeous. I have swatched them all in that video, so if it's not up yet, which I don't think it is, it might just be going up today. If it is up, I will link it below, but if not, just kind of hold tight and it will be up. If you don't follow that, I'm just like plugging all over the place in this video. If you don't follow that channel, they are the videos that I make for Freedom. I make all of the videos on their channel, whether I'm in them or not, swatch videos and all their like heavily edited stuff. It's all me. So go and check out that channel. Please subscribe, because I have lots of fun making videos over there. It's a completely different kind of video and lots of reviews and stuff of their products. But again, although I am making their videos and they are paying me to make their videos, I'm obviously not going to say something like detrimental to their brand. It is their brand's YouTube. But I'm also not going to tell you that I love something if I don't. So if I tell you in a video over there, this is a great product or this is my favorite, this I really, really like, it is genuine. I really do love those products. If I didn't like it, I probably would just not talk about it. But, oh man, I'm gonna get makeup everywhere. It's just finger marks everywhere. So that's it. Man, this has been a long video. Didn't intend for it to be at all. And it's around favourites time as well, so hopefully this ties in nicely for those of you that do like a monthly favourite video. But this is my currently loving. Again, if you want to know more about that, I would recommend you check out my first currently loving video that explains what that's all about. But I will not be making monthly favourites from now on. This is going to be the theme. You'll see them more often. Probably just explained everything you need to know, so you probably don't need to go and check out that other video. But always check out the links in the information bar below. I will try to give you as much information before you ask questions, because that's what I try to do. I don't always manage to do it, but fingers crossed, anything you have a question about will be there. If it's not, feel free to ask a question and I will try to answer all of you. So yeah, blah, blah, blah. Long rambly video, which some of you will hate, but that's what I'm currently loving. Bye.